Today, we're going to talk about how you can maintain your creative energy over time. So it's another chilly November afternoon here in Portland, Oregon. I'm out near Oaks Bottom, which has a cool kind of refuge area. There's an old theme park with a skating rink and all sorts of interesting things behind the camera here. And what I wanted to talk about today was a real simple cycle that I often go through. You might have noted that I'm a big fan of cycles and flow charts here. This is a cycle that I go through to make sure that I'm not ever fully draining my creative energy. And it looks like this. The first step here is to create. I think we all have a lot more creative potential than we realize, so I don't think it's a bad decision to start on the creation side of things. And what you create is obviously up to you, and whatever skill it is you're developing, what you're making, what your long-term goals are. For me, creating looks like making and recording these videos, or doing a sketch note of someone else's talk, or writing a blog post and then getting it out there. And what I found, the moment that I started doing that on a regular basis, the more I wanted to do more of it regularly. There can be a little bit of a barrier up front to doing creative work and sharing it with others, but once you start doing it, it becomes kind of addicting. And I think that's because it's a natural thing to do, something that we were meant to do, and that to one degree or another, we all have an innate desire to do. But you can get into some trouble if all you do is create 24/7. So here's how to balance out that creation. It's also important to consume things on a regular basis, to take in ideas from others. That consumption, when in the right proportion and from the right sources, can replenish you with the creative energies that you will need to then return to the creation side of this cycle. And I have found that it has been very beneficial, particularly in moments when maybe I'm struggling on the creative side, when I'm lacking energy or I feel like I'm lacking ideas. I, first of all, push a little bit harder on the creation side by maybe setting a timer for 10 or 20 minutes and choosing to do whatever I can in that amount of time. But when that timer goes off, I go and find something interesting, something worthwhile that I can consume. For me, that often looks like a podcast, or maybe a YouTube video of someone that I find interesting and inspiring, or a TED Talk, or I go read a book. And an idea that I like to bring in here from Todd Henry is this idea of setting up for yourself a stimulus queue. So having a place where you can store books or online articles or videos, whenever you come across those in your random meanderings throughout the internet, throughout your day, you have a place where you can store those things that you want to consume later, the things that you want to take in, so that you're being intentional about this consumption side. There's a lot of crap that you can consume these days. So it is important to, I think, pay attention to what you are consuming, but by setting up for yourself some sort of stimulus cue that provides that energy, then you are setting yourself up to be able to continue around this cycle over and over again. So my question for you today, it's a question along with some follow-up action. My question is, what would make it into your stimulus cue? What are the types of things that you think would add to your creative energy. Things that you can consume when you're feeling a lack of creative energy. And after you have stated those here in a comment below, go set up for yourself some sort of storage mechanism so that you can start to put aside those things that you want to watch or read, and know that that is there, and use that list of things to balance out your energy so that when you get into this cycle of creating, you also have those things that you can consume to replenish that creative energy. Now it really is almost getting dark, so I will leave you with that. Good luck as you carry out this cycle yourself and setting up your stimulus cue, and let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching.